Thank you, dear viewer, for yet tuning in again to the Archive Show brought to you by ITI Uganda Chapter. ITI is an international body, the International Theatre Institute, and we have all theatre practitioners worldwide. Name them writers, actors, directors, stage managers, lighting technicians, everybody who has done, is doing, or is yet to do theatre. This is a body that unites all of us. And this show, the Archive Show, is brought to you by the chapter in Uganda. We archive, we document stories of theatre makers in Uganda, one story at a time, and we do this every week. Today, it is a special day because we are seated down with a phenomenal lady, a mentor, a educator, and a leader. Yes, I'll let her introduce herself, and then we can get to know more about her. Doctor, you're so welcome.
Yes, thank you so much,
Thank
my
you for your
dear
time.
host. Linus, I'm really grateful that you have invited me to your cave and to talk about issues of theatre, which is very important to me, being the president of Theatre Worldwide, ITI, that is the International Theatre Institute worldwide. Of course, you know my name. My name is Jessica Kaahwa Tuoki. I've lived and I've worked here in Uganda at Makerere University. I taught there for 34 years officially, and there are other years I taught when I was just a teaching assistant. But in those 34 years, really, I've come to appreciate theatre as a force that unites the world. And I've traveled to many places of the world, and I found that everywhere I go, it is like home when I'm among theatre artists. Because theatre artists, they make you feel one, because you are talking the same language. Theatre has only one language, and that language is performance. Even right now, we are in performance in this dialogue. So already we are connecting on the level of dialogue and talking about things that we love, you and me.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Doctor. You've covered a little bit of what my next question was going to be, and it's what is theatre to you?
Yeah, theatre is everything. To me, it is everything, and the more theatre, the more life. Because in theatre, we are not only seeing productions. In theatre, we're getting therapeutical treatment. After a hectic day, you come and watch a play, and you feel relaxed.
Yeah, sure.
You forget your worries in theatre. And the music industry is ahead of this matter, because you listen to music when things are really foggy, and you get yourself back together. Theatre is therapeutical. Theatre is a way of reaching out to each other. Theatre is communicating those things we can't communicate in an ordinary way. Because in theatre, we are able to play. And in every human being, there is a child. And that child must come out to play. And that child, if he doesn't come out to play, a man dies.
Exactly.
And that's what I say, theatre is life, and theatre is everything to me and to most people, because it gives life, it gives hope, it gives even direction where people listen and they learn and reflect and they change. Many people change. There are even theatres which are not recognized as theatres, especially now the Christians, they have these testimonies. Those testimonies are really dramatic.
That's a performance.
Yes, it's highly performance at the best level, because they come naturally. The person believes that this is what has happened and this is how I've gotten out. The person conceives a play, he writes it, and he believes that in writing these characters, they are going to solve the problem he has set for them. Most writers, actually, they set problems to the characters. And as they solve the problem, the playwright himself sorts himself out. And the viewer who come to see these shows, as these people are fizzling their way out of the situation, they get encouraged that actually you can be cheated on by the best friend, or wow, there are women who can resist, or there are men who stand by their vows. But all these things, they see them on stage. But in real life, there are people who have made up their mind about certain issues, and it takes plays, performance, production, well-thought production to change the mindset. And that's why I say, really, theater is life.
Theater is life.
It breathes life to the audience, to the writer, to the designers. You design these costumes, you know how we design the costume.
Yes.
You get reborn. You realize you can do a lot of things. You can change this arm to look older than it is, or younger than it is. And then you say, this is something. And then you begin to believe that you can do a lot with your hands, and you can live with your neighbor who is impossible.
Exactly.
Yeah. So theater is truly life. There's no other definition of theater but life.
For me, my take home is that there are life lessons we can actually draw from the practice of theater. Now, talking about your life, Doctor, you've talked about 34 years at Makerere.
Yes, I told
That's
them.
quite a lot. That's
Yes.
quite a lot. Dear viewer, I am a product of Dr. Kaahwa, and I'm so proud of that. Doctor, tell us what in those 34 years, what may be the memorable moments you've had, if we can talk about some of them.
What can I say? Every year brought different memories, and some of them, only to do justice is to write them down and put it out there as a biography or as life in theater. But every year, I fell in love with my students. I loved my students. And then I will keep saying, I'm going to resign to go and do real practical theater, because in academics, you don't do practical theater. You are heavily loaded with theory and literal practice. And to a person like me, who is a director and a scenographer, each year was dying. But what brought joy and life is the students, that the things I taught them to do,
They're doing.
they do, and they are doing very well. Many have exceeded even our own expectations. Every year I can say, this one is from this year, that one is from that year, and that one was from this year. There are so many. I also remember the Abi Mukivis and Mariam Undagira and late Kato Olubama. They belong to a certain theater group, Afri Talent. And they will come back after their show at 11. And I would supervise them from midnight to 1 a.m. in their directing projects.
Your heart, Doctor.
So I was married to the teaching and dying on the practice. But I practiced through the teaching, because as I supervised these endless projects of plays, and I insisted on doing real plays which are tested, not necessarily because they were published, but plays which are tested, so that the student gets this script which is tested, and he finds it easy to direct. Untested scripts are really heavy, because they haven't been workshopped, especially the plays the students write. They are very good, but they need to be workshopped. So I insisted on published plays. And through the years, of course, there was resistance. But my also insistence worked, and people bought in, and they found it was very nice. It opened the students to another world, another way of writing, to learning how a good script is done, what makes a comedy, and what makes a satire or a tragedy. They had to read those plays and then choose one to direct. Musitwa here, Robert Musitwa, who works with UNCC, did a very heavy play. And Bambi, he did a good job, but people were not able to understand the play because it's absurd theater. So you have to choose a play and also remember the audience who are going to watch. Will they understand? He did a good job. It was a first-class production. But what of the audience? So all these things were my concern as I supervised my students. Sometimes I let them do heavy plays because they had to prove themselves they can direct.
Exactly.
And to me, that is already a satisfactory issue. So memories are plenty. As I see them, the men and women in the theater who have gone through my hands, there are several who have gone through my hands, and I look back with a smile because no regrets so far.
Exactly, no regrets so far. Doctor, apart from touching our lives in Uganda, you have gone ahead to be international.
Yes.
And we are so proud of that. We are so glad that you are here with us and you are international. Let's talk about the International Theatre Institute, your life as a president. What are those things you have done as an International Theatre Institute president? What does it take? What does
To
it entail?
become one.
Yeah.
It takes those many years of teaching at Makerere and any other place of practice. If you have been in theater practice, that's what it takes, because you have to be passionate about theater. As I've told you that I hardly slept. I was forever supervising students at 1 a.m. Sometimes we go to bed at 3 a.m. because now if they are 3 and they have 3 projects, you have to look at them up to 3. And again, also education is very critical. But above all, the success of these students, they bring also success to you. Their success is what has brought me to where I am. Without them succeeding, I have nothing to show for myself.
Yep.
When people talk about Uganda theater, they have heard, they have seen. And it is vibrant in terms of productions, and those men and women who we produced at that place at Makerere, they have done us a great what can I say? A great publicity for some of us as teachers. And being one of them, I'm so forever grateful because I wouldn't get the experience I have today. The tenacity to remain focused. It comes from the passion I had with my students, and they allowed me to be able to practice. If they didn't allow me, they would have crushed me. Because if you are passionate and the other people around you are all negative vibe, they will crush you, and then you will resign and go and become a banker. I have ever been a banker before I became a teacher. So I could become anything. You know, our students, they can work anywhere. We can talk ourselves to things. Yes. So I would be any other person. But because of my students, every year I saw them doing theater out there and doing well. I knew I was doing something good. And when time came of retirement, then I put myself ready to go beyond the confines of academics into a practical world. And that's where I am.
Great, great. For someone out there who has not experienced what ITI is, who has not seen maybe theater before, what does ITI do?
ITI, as the International Theatre Institute, begins from 1948, when it was initiated to advocate for peace, to bring back peace through use of culture. Theatre is seen as culture. It's part and parcel with culture. So at the UN meeting in 1948, after the Second World War, it was decided that let them start an organization of UNESCO that could promote culture directly. And that's how ITI came to be.
You could pause a little bit, Isma.